Evening, everybody. So we are going to get started. So what we've got to go through tonight is a couple of people have tweeted in their team names and their ratings. We're going to have some PvP games. We're also going to do the giveaway draw. But before we do any of that, got a special guest lined up. We're going to do some PvP together. So I'm going to add them in now.
Hello. How are you doing,
Hello,
mates?
Gus. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic. So thank you very much for inviting me. Of course, to have a chance to have a little bit of PvP against your team for me is a pleasure. So
Well, you've
let's
been
do it.
getting a bit of a hard time in the Discord, haven't you? People have been sticking their results in against you. So I'm sure they're only doing the ones they're winning. No one's putting in the ones they're losing. And you're on
Yeah,
brand
yeah.
with the Vasco top as well. So you're ready to go.
But I think that they were playing against my team with low conditions, so that's why they were like smashing my team. So that's why right now I did not play this morning. So I have my team like full ready in the conditions. So
Ready
let's
to
hope
go.
to have a better game. Let's say.
Okay. What team numbers are you looking to use then? Let's get the team loaded up.
My best team that I'm competing on Legend, Pro, and Semi Pro is Gus One is my best in terms of overall. Gus Two is my
Yep.
second best, and Gus Six is my third best. So I don't know what is your overall, but
So my three best teams are probably 17, which is a pretty low rating, but they're good for the division they're in, consistently winning that semi-pro, 54 rated. I've got my 22, which doesn't seem to be that highly rated, but they just seem to do quite well. And then I think my highest rated team at the minute is my 61. What's
so
going to be a good matchup?
let's try this one, the 61, against my Gus one, because it's a 63, if not mistake, overall, but I play in a defensive way. So let's see how this is going to end up,
This
because
one
it's a
here.
very defensive one. Yes, Gus one.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm
Let's
playing
go.
a 5-4-1 formation, so it's a very, very, very defensive. Most of the time, I put this on the squad all the time, like it's 2-0 for me, for example, and I only do like 2 shots in the game, and I
Really?
have 100% accuracy. So let's see how this is gonna play out.
I've got my team set up as hard attacking, I think, on this one, so it
Oh,
might not be too good against a stronger opposition. But in the pro division, it's not doing too bad. I think I got like 38 points this week or something, which is better than it's been doing.
yeah.
So obviously,
One thing that I've noticed, because like I'm going legend division for the
yeah,
past 2 weeks right now. In the first week, I got like 6 winnings and
yeah,
12 ties, for example. So like I'm the king of ties, of
yeah,
draws. So I'm really thinking about taking out this formation and go for a 3-4-3. So
yeah,
take out my wings and put them in an offensive way just to see what's happening, because I'm having a lot of ties with this team. So probably it's because I'm playing defending or hard defending. So that's one of the main reasons. But I will test in the next tournament to see what happened. You already winning, like 1-0 for you already.
that's because all the team. It's actually my central defensive midfielder who's scoring, but my teams are just so heavily weighted in forwards. My best scout is a forward scout, so all
Yeah.
of my teams I just go for low defensive teams and just high attacking. Just always try and use that current ability to sort of
Yeah.
switch it to be the highest attackers. Basically, are the ones I've always got in.
Yeah,
So
you are playing right. Like as you can see, my best players is all like in the defensive line. So that's
they've
why I'm
evened it
also
up though.
1-1.
You've had one shot on target and it's one
I
each.
told you. I told you. Like I have almost always like 100% accuracy, so it's a very high. Whenever I go to attacking, I really want to score. So
Yeah. What's the so obviously we've got this announcement now, Gus. PvP's coming. We're able to obviously use this sort of beta version to play each other, and the Discord's been having a lot of competition between people. All I've really been doing with it is going in to see who's beat me in divisions and then seeing if I can beat their teams. And to be
yeah,
honest, I don't know, maybe it's a bit of luck, but a lot of the teams I'm playing in the divisions which are finished above me, I'm getting good results against their teams. I think PvP for me is looking pretty positive. I mean, what can you tell people? I know obviously there's been the locker room the other day, where a lot of detail was gone into about the tournament and the things like that. What sort of bits are you most looking forward to, I guess?
Yeah, as I was mentioning, locker room, like PvP is one of the biggest milestones for the team. We are focused on this for the past, I don't know, 2 months, so we can create a very good algorithm, put this into play without bugs, of course. So we need to release a feature that is very, very good for everyone. One of the main things for me that is a very like deal breaker for the meta of the game is that you can use 16 players, not 11 players. So
Yeah,
for me, this is gonna be like a major difference because I can see in my division group, let's say in the PvP tournament, because we have a limit of entry, 100%, no doubts about it. So I
yeah,
can really see how you are playing like in the past 5 games, for example. So I can have an idea in what formation you're playing, and then gonna have a scheduled match between you and me. So
yeah,
I know how you play in the normally. So of course that if I'm going like I don't know a 4-3-3, I can have the 16 players. I can have a more defensive one and change for a 5-4-1 because I know that your overall is better than mine. I know that you're playing hard attacking. So this is gonna change a lot the way that people is going to start to play meta soccer because I can have more options. It's not only to select one formation and just wait and see what's going to happen. I really gonna try to change formation, change strategy depending on your opponent. So this for me is a very change in the game. So let's see how people are going to be affected by.
yeah. I think one of the bits I think is already coming out tactically is people are already looking at what formations can I use with the 16 players, which players overlap. So you get a better
Exactly.
idea of right. If I take these 16 players in, I'm going to have to use one defensive formation, one sort of balanced formation, and one attacking formation. Which formations overlap? And that's going to add a different element to the game, I think, which is the competitive side of it. Oh,
Yeah, and
it
that's
was a
exactly
tight one.
why I'm going to test it out my 3-4-3 formation because in this change it's very easy. Just take out my left winger, right winger, and put the offensive one. So for me, it's just adding two new players so I can have a different formation. And then, as you are saying, I'm gonna test it out some balanced formation as well. So
Yeah.
with 16 players, I can have like 2 to 3 options. That's gonna be like very competitive for the game.
Yeah. I think I'm looking at these stats now, Gus. I think that's the least shots I've seen in any game I've ever played on MetaSoccer. So
Yeah,
your team is just anti-football. They're just
yeah,
setting they're just setting up to not concede, not score, 1-1 draw. I mean, I'm quite happy with that result, to be fair. I mean, your team was
yeah.
quite highly rated. I'd take that lineup wise.
I have the highest possession of the ball, as you can see as well. So
Yeah,
like my team was always like in the defensive line, just passing the ball, waiting for the time to end up. But yeah, like my
yeah,
team
a
is very,
defensive
very
side.
defensive. So that's why
Yeah, I
I
mean, you
told you
look
that probably is a lot of ties, as you can see.
you look at my stats there. No one
Yeah,
played very well in my team. So my two strong outfielders, wing backs, sorry, where I focus it on them both wings. Both of them have done
yeah,
quite poorly, and both my wingers as well. So yeah, I mean I'll take that draw. I think I haven't been embarrassed. What's uh what's another team? Let me check out what my lower rated ones are. So I've got a 54 rated that's pretty strong. Who have you got? Who have you got that we could stick them against?
let me check. I guess it's Gus 6. Gus 6 is 57, so it's very,
Okay.
very similar. So you can test it out against Gus 6.
Plus 6.
This team from me is a very offensive one, so I expect to have a lot of scores and shoots and etc. So let's
Yeah,
see if
so's
my team is
mine.
going to perform well.
This could be like 14, 15 or something because this team for me is very attacking as well. I
Yeah,
I think it's
and,
one of those where
yeah,
you're using the setup we're currently got in the PvP is obviously going to be different for the setup we're going to have to use it a lot of the time in the the PvE setup against the PvP. Like you were saying, obviously changing tactics, looking what people are doing consistently. Are they changing their teams? Are they using the same formations, the same tactics? Bringing that tactical element into the game. At the minute, what the thing is to focus on is finding that strong formation, finding that strong team, and just consistently playing them over and over and over again. So I think this PvP launch is going to be massive for the project as a whole and people's engagement, people's enjoyment. Because at the minute, I think it's fair to say everyone has been clicking playing the games, clicking playing the games. And this is like the first sort of iteration of, your tactical ability in game to adjust things, or prior to the game, how are you going to set up to beat this tactic? How are you going to set up to beat that tactic? It just adds different element to the game, and more enjoyable one, I think. And, playing against other people is always more satisfying to get the results. Like on Ultimate Team, you're not just playing the computer on FIFA, you're playing someone else, and that victory is that little bit sweeter. So yeah, I think it's going to be a real big increase in the enjoyment, but also be a massive factor for pulling more people in.
Yes, totally agree. Just to add something on that as well, I think that this first interaction is when like you really need to start to work as a manager, because you really need to understand what you are doing, what your opponent is doing as well. It's not only to have the highest overall, it's how your team can try to defeat the opponent. Like, okay, if they play hard attacking, let's try it out a defending one with long type of balls, so I can start to make like some goals at the end of the match, for example. So I think it's the first interaction that you want to add in the game that is really going to make people to using the manager hat in the game.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think some of the bits that have sort of slipped under the radar a little bit with the PvP announcement is what was going on with the custodian wallet. Sorry, I'm just going to close my window quickly. I'm getting a lot of noise coming. There's a thunderstorm going on outside, and it's starting to really kick off. Sorry, well, yeah. So the custodian wallet and the credit card ability to buy the crypto. I think that's one of the main things. A lot of the really successful games out there are obviously games which already have those features. So I'm thinking of likes of So Rare. I know it's a completely different game in terms of fantasy football, but they have the custodian wallet. You're completely separated from the fact you have to buy Ethereum, you have to buy Matic, you have to buy whatever DAI. It completely separates that. And also the credit card or the debit card purchases, again, just completely remove anyone from outside the Web3 cryptocurrency world from having to interact with it, and purely buying into the game for fiat. They can just go on to the website, buy with their coin. I think that's sort of gone under the radar a little bit, and how important I think that really is. So I think that's a big step as well for the team.
Yeah, the onboarding process for us is one of the biggest achievements as well for us, because we know that Web3 right now, and Web3 NFT, I think maybe even the entire stock market right now is a very downtrend these days. Yep. But NFT is also very, very bad in the media. Let's say people are really afraid to play this type of games. So that's why for us to go a little bit more for the Web2 users, and not only to focus on the Web3, for us it's a very key milestone for us. And that's why credit card purchasing custodial wallets is going to help us to go in that direction, because we know the amount of people that play Football Manager, FIFA, and even So Rare, for example. So Rare is more like on Web3, people understand more about crypto, but still we have a lot of users that are afraid to create a MetaMask, are afraid to buy crypto, and etc. So for us, it's very easy to start to go in that direction, is try to bring Web2 users to our game. So the entire marketing campaign that we're going to start to do is very highly focused on the Web2 users, because we know that we need to go in that direction. For example, if you play Football Manager, why don't you want to try to play MetaSoccer, for example? So all the marketing campaign that you're going to do, it's heavily based on this onboarding structure for the custodial wallet, credit card purchase, and of course to this big event that is the World Cup. So for us to release all of this is perfect. The custodial wallet is going to be here probably in the beginning of November. I don't like to give correct estimation, but it's very near to happen. So with all of this in place, you can start to create PR, marketing campaigns, create landing page with Vasco da Gama, for example. So people can start to enter MetaSoccer, test it out, and if they like, they can invest, for example. So for us, this is very, very important.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a big step. We've got another result for you, Gus. It's 1-0. 66% possession, 15 shots. I mean, shots-wise, I didn't do too badly, but the possession was massively in your favor again, and you've squeaked the 1-0 result.
Yeah.
Again, my players really underperformed in a lot of positions. Do you know what? I'm massively disappointed. Every game, I think I've lost one game in PvP that I've actually set up. I know a few people have sent me other ones where they've beaten me, but there's This is one of the only losses I've had, and I don't think my stats have ever been so bad. So your teams are set up to win, I guess.
Yeah, I have a very competitive one. This one is playing a semi-pro, for example, and they are doing very, very well. I think I already got first place twice or 3 times. I don't remember, but they are like very, very good.
Where am I? Yeah, this is one of my better teams. I actually sent this team out to a scholar last week on the back of one of the giveaways, and they won the division with it. This week I'm 3 points off, but I think I've only lost. Yeah, I only lost 2 across the season and then another draw. So it's tight up the top. 2 draws, 2 losses, and I'm outside the podium. So I'm that one of them losses within the last 5. So that's a strong team for me. Well, Gus, thank you very much for joining us. That was great. I'm sure we'll be coming up against each other in a few of the PvP real life tournaments at some point. So hopefully my players will get a better result that next time.
Yeah, 100%, and get ready for the World Cup as well, because this for us is going to be a very high marketing campaign, because we want to have a big name sponsoring the World Cup for us with a big prize, NFT, dollars, and etc. So for us, it's a very
big step.
This is a very big step that you are aiming for, let's say the beginning of December, mid of December, because we want to release all of this a little bit before the finals of the World Cup. So prepare for that, because we're going to select some members of the community to play in the World Cup of MetaSoccer.
That'd be great. I'm sure everyone will be looking forward to getting their team selected, Gus.
Yes.
I'm going to hop over now, Gus, and stick some teams on from some of the people that have sent in on Twitter. So let me load up them.
Okay.
Got,
so thank you very much, mate. Whenever you want me to pop up here to speak a little bit more, let me know.
I will do, mate. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you. See ya.
See you next time. So let's pop on to Twitter and let's have a look at some of the people that have sent in their teams. So who have we got? I tell you what, let's start with this. La Tuma, number 1. He's 66 rated, so I'm probably going to get another loss now. But let's go for it. Not play now, search opponent. 66. Strong rated team. Let's get that game started. We'll start a few. Who else do we have? Unbound 23. So it's an Unbound Nation team set in by Andy Mitchell. Who am I going to play with that? I've got to play the same team, haven't I? 58 rated. Who have I got? These are all 49s, 50, 51, 56. We'll play him with these. 34. Play match. Let's stick one more on. If there's anyone in the comments that wants a game, stick your team name and your rating in, and I'll try and find a reasonable lineup to go up against you. Who else we got? Radio Freaks 45 rated. Um, 45 rated, so 52, 51, 50. I think my best is probably, my lowest is 49. Yeah, I think so. Radiohead Freaks. Play match. So let's keep skipping through these games, see how I'm getting on. So first up, we've got Lucema, number 1, 66 rated team. They got 73 rated forward, 73 rated cam, 69 rated goalkeeper. So I'm going to be a bit under the gun here, but I've taken a lead in the 41st minute. Oh, I'm actually doing okay. quite happy with that. This is my strongest team. My 67 rated forward, a few special abilities in there. It's mainly in defense and the attackers, none in the midfield currently. Unbound 23, Andy Mitchell. I'm all over him. No goals as of yet. So I think this team is pretty strong. Got a very strong midfield. 61, 63, 62. And then a strong left back and a strong centre back. And he's 1-0 up. Maybe against the run of play. Who knows? They're quite weak attacking, but the rest of the team is very strong. And then we've got Radiohead Freaks. I'm 1-0 up after a goal from Apple. Oh, it's one each. 2 shots on target, 1 goal. He stung me a bit there. Gus knows the cheat codes. He sure does. Up, down, left, right, A, B, start. Does that get you an extra goal? So, it's all swung around. He's 2-1 up. Luchema. I think I expected to lose this 166 going up against a 61, but it's been quite tight. Might nick another one. So after these games are finished, if no one's got anyone in the comments that wants to drop a team in, I'll head over to the Twitter picker and we'll do the giveaway. Just let these games finish out. I'm going to lose all 3. No, I'm not. I'm 3-1 up. I should have gone for higher teams. This is my video. I should have been just picking higher teams for everyone rather than trying to give them fair games. 2-1. Looks like it's going to finish up. Not massively disheartened by that one. 66 rated to 61. And the stats look pretty good. Again, my possessions are really low. Same as it was against Gus. Shots pretty even. But again, a loss. Adding on to the losses in the PvP tonight. Unbound 23 is 2-0 up. This team I've set up 5-3-2. Strongest positions out wide on the wing backs. Pretty weak midfield and a fairly strong forward setup just to try and use them wingers. Obviously hasn't worked too great against this team. What the stats like? Oh, again, fairly even, but I've somehow lost. Right, I'm selling up all my teams. Brick, which team should I play? Stick in the team name, and I'll find a team to play them. Not that I probably should be going for any more PvP tonight with the amount of losses I'm getting. So it's a 2-0 win for Unbound 23. Let's see the match report. Again, low possession. And again, my players perform poorly. This is what happens when you go live. Everything goes wrong. Apart from this game, Radiohead Freak, it's not 9-1. Hat trick from Adelir. And it's been a comprehensive victory. Can they make it 10 in the last few minutes? Doesn't look like it. No. They did. Right at the last. 10-1. So at least I didn't lose every single game tonight. So that's a slight positive. We'll take that. A 48 against a 49 against a 45 though. So realistically, I should have been winning that one. Let's pull the Twitter picker up and we will do the draw for the 100 MSU giveaway. So a few conditions to this one. You have to like and retweet. You have to follow myself and MetaSoccer. And just to comment your favorite player. So we'll do the draw. We'll head back over to the tweet. We'll make sure whoever's won's done that, and then I'll send out a tweet to get their wallet address, and we'll get the 100 MSU sent over to the winner. So put in a few of the bits there. Continue. It's saying we've got 25 entries, but to be honest, I know a few of them aren't full entries. They're just people who have liked, retweeted. So we'll continue. Begin draw. And the winner is Vaz Baz. I'm pretty sure Vaz Baz has liked and retweeted, obviously, because they've... Yep, he's retweeted. He follows me. He follows MetaSoccer. I'm sure he's popped a comment in somewhere. No. What do I do now? Do I have to redraw? Because they haven't followed all the instructions? Let's just check his tweets and replies, make sure I haven't missed it. He's retweeted it and he's liked it. He hasn't left the comment. Right, well, he hasn't followed the instructions. I'm going to have to redraw it. They're all there. Sorry, Vaz. Maybe next time you have to stick a comment in, mate. Follow the instructions. We'll do a redraw. I'll slow it up again. I feel quite bad doing this, but it's only fair. We got to follow football games, MetaSoccer, VN. Don't have to have a picture. All right, continue. How can I exclude someone? Because if Vaz gets it again, I'm going to have to redo it again. Begin the draw. Lord D. Zeon. Lord D. Zeon. Let's check out. Yep, he follows me. He's retweeted. Lord D. And he's put Ronaldinho up as well. He's commented with his favorite player. So Lord D. Zeon, you are the winner. I'll send you a tweet. Pop me your wallet address, and we'll get the 100 MSU over to you straight away. That was all we wanted to go through tonight, I think. So we've had a look. We had Gus come on to us a little bit about the PvP. We've had a few games with him to test out his teams against my teams. I came out probably worse off. And we've had a few other PvP games. So I think as the game develops and we're getting more ability to action within the game in terms of in-game tactics, other things like that, we'll try and set this up in a more regular format where we can do PvP friendlies against each other live with match tactics on. We can both be changing tactics during the game, etc. I think once that happens, level of engagement and the enjoyment will really increase. So really looking forward to getting that started. Thank you all very much for joining me, and we'll see you next time.